The football season is back. The blazing sun is shining down on London town and Manchester United have been walloped. We have so much to get through, and because we're both in a rather good mood at Adeola Depot, I thought we could have a drink today.
Mate, when you're talking football, watching football, nothing better, is there? Nothing better combination than having a drink and watching football.
So what are we having? What are we going for?
Bit of whiskey.
Whiskey in the summer?
Whiskey every day throughout the year.
Spring, summer, autumn, winter whiskey.
365 days a year, my friend.
Should we do it? What are we going for?
I got this one. You're going to enjoy this. Cubarcan.
Ooh.
Stick with me.
That couldn't sound more Scottish.
I love it.
Proper. It's the home of whiskey, isn't it? I was trying to do a bit of
Scottish accent as well, but I'm not good with accents.
That wasn't bad.
Wasn't that bad?
That wasn't bad.
Fancy one?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I think we can go a little bit. We can go a little bit rogue with this, can't we?
Mate, you know what you can do? You can try. I'm going to try something different for you because
Okay.
you're my boy. I want to give you a bit of Cubarcan, bit of vanilla. Oh, did you hear that?
That was beautiful.
Did you hear that?
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And this whiskey generously lends itself to the summer. Ooh. It is the perfect summer whiskey drink. I do genuinely love it. And look, summer is a season of celebration.
Yes, it is.
And that tends to bring about the good times, good memories. Not necessarily if you're a Manchester United fan, but there is an awful lot to enjoy through the summer. So I think what we need to do with this whiskey is sort of flip the script.
You know what I'm going to do for you?
Go on.
Normally, whiskey, neat, don't really put anything in it. A couple of ice cubes, maybe. Sometimes I might do a mixer. What I'm going to do for you, though, this time, slice of lime. Stick with me.
Okay,
slice of lime and a bit of vanilla extract.
Vanilla extract?
Vanilla extract.
Okay, do you think that works, right?
Trust me, it works.
Okay.
I enjoy this.
So this is like the signature summer.
This is the signature summer whiskey. You know why? Because a lot of people think whiskey's just winter, don't they?
Yes.
And
So
we're trying to show them it's not.
So we're whiskey, lime, and vanilla extract.
And not a lot. Don't go crazy with the vanilla extract.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Just gives it a nice
hint.
hint,
If it was
a
my sister,
subtle
she'll
whisper.
pour the whole thing in. It's a little touch. There you go, friend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to talking about Man United.
Manchester United's perils. This looks, gosh, that smells glorious. That really is beautiful. It's so refined, isn't it?
That's what it is. It's refined. And I think that lime gives it that little extra bit of kick. And the little vanilla extract as well.
I can really taste the richness, the sort of sweet but smoky. It's quite a sweet whiskey, isn't it?
Whiskey, you know what? And this is the thing about whiskey. A lot of whiskey is quite smoky, as you were just about to say there. This one's got a bit of sweet kick to it. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy, nothing overpowering. Just enough to get your body shaking, get you moving a little bit.
Glorious.
And I feel like it works for me. You know why it works for me? Because I'm in the green whiskey chair. Because I'm in the green whiskey chair.
That is so lovely. It's very waxy, sort of leather, tobacco.
Look at you with all your terms.
Isn't it?
Your
It
terms
is so,
and
isn't
phrases.
it? It's, gosh, it really is.
You know what it
lovely.
is? You know what it is, really? Put it very simple. It's lovely.
Orange marmalade.
Well, that's a big gulp you took there.
Yeah, I did love it. It was really,
I
really
think
nice.
I went overboard as well. I was supposed to try and do you a double. I think I've gone.
I like it.
That's more treble,
I like
quadruple
it.
there.
It's a splashily unusual for Mr. Adeola Depot. Cheers,
I'm
my
telling
friend.
you, people at home, vanilla extract, trust me, bit of lime or lemon. I go lime, but you could go lemon. You won't regret it.
Mate, that has hit the perfect note.
Yeah.
Genuinely love it.
I was going to say this might mean you get a bit tipsy and start talking nonsense, but you always talk nonsense, Mr. Jennings.
Yeah, well, we should
So
actually get into it.
This should amplify it.
Do you know? Well, I'll tell you something that we can all agree on, and nobody will think that this is nonsense. Erik Ten Hag is already facing an uphill battle, isn't he?
I thought you was going to say something else there. I thought you was going to jump the gun and be a bit crazy and say he's already facing some sort of big problems.
No.
Okay, no.
I'm just realising quite how difficult the task in hand is.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily
Brighton
think
are
it was
good, though.
this bad.
Brighton are good.
But it's all very well talking about how good Brighton are and how good their manager.
And how good they were.
Two things I agree with. But they're a team in transition themselves. They're a team learning themselves. They're a team learning to play football without their two best players from last season.
Yeah.
So to turn up on the first day at Old Trafford, when there is a new manager, a new expectation, it's symbolic, the way that they played.
You know what the problem for United is? Big problem for United was pre-season. Pre-season, everyone, read too much into it. They smacked Liverpool 4-0. Everyone was already doing cartwheels. Everyone was talking about some of the young players they've got. And, Jadon Sancho can play this way and Rashford. It's pre-season. It's pre-season. The real United has come to the party. And we've seen this for the last couple of years. We're not stupid. If anyone, United fans watching this might be going against, might go quite tough of us in the comments, but every United fan has seen this for the last couple of years. So as much as they're going crazy, this shouldn't surprise them.
It surprises me.
Does it really?
Yeah, to be this bad surprises me. I definitely didn't anticipate them being this bad. As much as I'm aware that they are struggling, as much as I'm aware that a lot of their players are limited in quality and ability, I didn't anticipate, because it isn't necessarily the fact that they lost to Brighton. It isn't that.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, Pascal Gross had scored from 35 yards, an absolute pinger into the top corner, reminiscent of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank at Old Trafford. Yeah. Say that had happened. Yeah. I think you then go, there's literally nothing you can do about that. Dean Henderson plus David De Gea can't save that. Yeah. Like, you throw Petr Cech in there as well. He can't save it. Like, nobody's saving it. And therefore, these things happen. What can you do? It wasn't that. It was crafting 2 open goals, pretty much. Yeah. You know, Danny Welbeck in behind, good, intelligent run.
Again?
Danny Welbeck. Do you know what, though, Addy? You've said something quite astute about Danny Welbeck.
I did, you know, and I'm not even going to take credit for it. It was Jack Wilshere and Darren Bent, apologies. They were talking to Andy Goldstein, and they were talking about Danny Welbeck, because I think Andy Goldstein was having a go saying Marcus Rashford's a lot better, and they're like, no. Yeah. Like, Welbeck, if he was fit, like, Welbeck came through at a time when there was Berbatov, Tevez, Ronaldo and Rooney, and still got minutes. Yeah, still got minutes coming.
Didn't he score a winner for them in Bayern Munich?
Did he?
Yeah, away at Munich. I'm sure he scored a winner.
He's just had horrific injuries, but he's a big, strong striker.
Isn't it funny? Because I do find the insight that we get because of your and I cling on to your coattails, but you know, like your friendship with people that we work with that have played the game at a ridiculously high level.
Completely different from us.
Yeah, so I think if you ask most fans, and be completely honest here, if you're watching this video, if I were to say to you, Danny Welbeck or Marcus Rashford, who do you think is better, particularly if they were comparable at the same age? I think most people would say Rashford.
100%.
But isn't it interesting that the two footballers who see the game through a completely different lens to us, who played the game at a level like Jack Wilshere, unbelievable, Darren Bent, one of the 100 club. It's an amazing.
They know what they're looking at.
They know.
Yeah, they know, especially Darren as a striker.
And they both said Welbeck.
And
thought it was mad to say.
Yeah, Rashford. They looked at Goldstein like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think Goldstein, as you say, would be all of us. Yeah. Goldstein would be like, Rashford, come on. Because Rashford's silky, he did step-overs. You know, he had the comparisons with Mbappe.
But it's Welbs, it's that guy.
It's Welbs. And if he stayed fit, you know, Welbs might be a bit different.
But do you know what I thought was interesting and revealing about what happened the other day at Old Trafford? Danny Welbeck, leading the line for Brighton, he did very well for particularly one of the goals. Mm-hmm. It was an intelligent, clever, but also scripted run. It was the correct run to make. He did exactly what he should do.
No, it was the obvious run.
And yet nobody goes with it.
And no one goes with it. It's the obvious run. It wasn't him trying to do something, you know, outside of the book here. Yeah. He was doing what he's been doing for the past 10 years. And make the runs.
You've got one Manchester United defender trying to play him offside. You've got Harry Maguire doing something that I thought was so unacceptable. It's unacceptable at any level of football. Because you know what he was doing? You know they have these very clever replays. Well, do you know it was completely unacceptable because you know what he did? Harry Maguire is only watching the pass. So you know you're told ball watching. Yeah. Effectively, he's got a ticket. Effectively, he's sitting in the Stretford end. Yeah, they've bought a ticket to watch the ball, and he's doing the same. He's the defender, and he's looking at the ball. He's looking at the ball. He's looking at the man on the ball. The ball is played in behind him, and all of a sudden, he doesn't know, but Danny Welbeck has run completely across him there, and he's in behind. Danny Welbeck then just rolls the ball gently, caresses it across the 6-yard box at the Stretford end of Old Trafford for Brighton.
I remember me and you, I don't know, we might have done this for another company we work for, but we were talking about Old Trafford, and you were like, and I said, Rory, you need to change your opinion on this because you're like, oh no, but teams will go there, and it was still Old Trafford. They'll respect. Old Trafford's not that anymore. And I remember me and you were kind of going back and forth on this. Brighton went to Old Trafford, and teams go to Old Trafford now. There is no fear. They're thinking they can get a point. Whereas before, it's 11 men behind the ball. I mean, before you're begging,
full-time whistle. Full-time whistle. You're time wasting after 20 minutes.
Yep, you're doing silly things.
Yeah, but do you know what? You are correct, and I am trying to re-establish my own views on this front because do you know where else I noticed it? The Brighton fans, they were totally mocking Manchester United. And it's look, I'm not into the Twitter thing and all that, but Brighton's official club account mocked them. But do you know what was going on?
They said something like, we're blue and the city's blue.
The city's blue or something.
I could not believe that.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? Bad. But do you know what else I thought was bad? Brighton. Think about how insignificant Brighton are as a football club compared to Manchester United. Oh. And yet the Brighton fans, they're in the ground. Can we play you every week? Ten Hag, you're getting sacked in the morning. completely ridiculing them. Like, that is just... Mate. It's different, isn't it? It's different.
They're miles off.
Did you see Manchester United's opening game going as badly as this, or did you think they'd beat Brighton?
No, you know what I thought? Bear in mind how the results have gone the day before Liverpool beating Fulham. I was thinking United are going to capitalise on this. Not that, United and Liverpool are in the same race, but I thought they're going to capitalise on this. They're gonna, first game of the season. I know they'll play on Bruno through the middle, but I was thinking it's Brighton, it's at home. Brighton play good football, but surely the new manager bounce, Erik Ten Hag, everyone buoyed by what they think is going to be a decent season. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect them to be 2-0 down. And you know what the thing is as well, by the way, the old United, by the way, let's not, me and Rory are old enough to, United have been down at Old Trafford before.
But they come back.
They come back.
I said it. I was working. I was on the kickoff.
They come back.
I was on the kickoff. The second 2-1, 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2. Not
3-2. It happened very recently.
Yeah.
They beat Newcastle. Newcastle went 2-0 up. I think it was Mourinho, finished 3-2 to Manchester United, because that's what happened.
That's what happens.
Of course they did.
Yeah, Ronaldo comes on. They're going to get nothing.
Nothing. What do you think? Pretend you were Franky Young. You're sitting in Barcelona in a mansion. You're watching that game.
Yeah.
Do you swap Las Ramblas for that Shamblas?
Oh, look at you. I like that.
That's what happens when I have a drink.
You know what? There is a part of me that thinks Franky de Jong could come and think, you know what? I can be the man here. I can save this club single-handedly. I can be that guy, similar to when Bruno first came, and be that guy literally puts the club on my back and runs with it. I could be or look, do you stay at Barcelona where they clearly don't want you, to the point where they're even now talking legal action about a contract that you signed, or do you go to Man United where I can unlock something there and just build, really build?
Do you think the issue is the right manager and the wrong owners? Or do you think that there are still question marks about Erik Ten Hag?
Do you know what, about this ownership of United? And I'm not going to get into it too deep. I'm only going to get into it from a financial standpoint of how much money they spend on players. Whether or not, the managers are bringing in the players or not. United, sorry, there'll be clubs down, further down the league that will think, is this mental? Like, you get to spend hundreds of millions. You get to pay the biggest wages. The biggest, by the way. United pay big wages, and they've always done. And all of a sudden, people are tweeting about the Glazers not supporting the manager. I'm like, what?
But the club culture under the Glazers...
It's been poor.
But the club culture is focused upon making money, not focused upon making memories.
But the issue is, look, if Fergie was still there in his peak, we wouldn't be talking about that. I don't really think, because Fergie would be bringing trophies. And I think we as fans are quite fickle, aren't we, sometimes, where trophies supersede everything. Like, trophies supersede all the dramas. All those clubs that were trying to be naughty and get out and create their own Super League, as soon as they started buying players, a lot of fans, it's fine now, you spent 100 million on that player and 50. It's all about trophies. It sort of amplifies their problem because they're not winning anything and they're crap. If United was still winning stuff, no one would be moaning as much as they are. Don't get me wrong, you get some hardcore United fans that I know that still would be. Your Adam McCullers that we know would still be saying Glazers out. But there are a lot of fans that I think jump on the bandwagon. The Glazers, and it's a business, but the Glazers have spent a lot of money on players at United.
Yes.
A lot, mate.
They have spent a lot, but their running of the club is shambolic. Do you think that Ten Hag's decision... See, I think that Ten Hag has got away with this one a little bit. And so he should. Got away with this result. I don't think that people are putting enough... I don't think that people are really asking the questions about Ten Hag's decision. Like, Christian Eriksen as a false nine is not a good decision. And I understand that he was boxed into a corner, but whatever the question posed,
the answer
I don't
wasn't
think
Eriksen as a false nine.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
and he looked quite good when he dropped.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's the right level for Manchester United.
To be fair, I think we're being harsh. Look, Eriksen's barely had a pre-season with them. I think he had a game as a pre-season. We don't know. I think we're jumping to conclusions as well after the first game. He's not got any of his players in apart from two. He doesn't want Maguire at the club. He might not say it publicly, but privately he must watch him. As a football manager, you must watch Maguire and think, 1 second, I've got better in the Ajax under 23 system. Like, honestly, he must look at him and think...
No, Maguire, I can't believe it with Maguire.
Yeah, he must think, I've got better than this.
Addy, you and I we speak about football every day together. So naturally, we put our cards on the table. We're both like that. We're both kind of balls on the line. And at times, we've both made a pig's ear of certain situations.
Of course.
My Maguire shout is now ridiculous. It's ridiculous because I didn't think he was this bad.
It's one thing that me and you have gone back and forth for the last couple of years, but
we do it with Kane as well.
We do it with Kane. Kane, I'm always proven wrong.
Yeah, we do it with Kane because I always back Kane, and you've had question marks over Kane. We do it with Maguire.
And
whereas a year ago, I
think those are the three that we kind of we go argue about a lot.
And with Maguire, particularly a year ago, I didn't think he was this bad. I honestly didn't. But it's getting to the stage now when I think about where he should be playing, what his level is. He doesn't get in the Newcastle team, does he? Like, he genuinely doesn't get in the Newcastle team, and he's captain of Manchester United.
Mate.
You know, when you think he's in the team, De Gea, who I rate under normal circumstances, I thought he was terrible. That particularly for that goal where the ball just p-rolled across his area.
It's not good enough.
Like, come on, that's your area. That's your manner. People don't come into your ends.
This is my point. Are you really from the end?
Yeah, exactly.
But this is my point. You know, when I see those things, those things, and then people then say Glazers. And I'm like, one sec. No. But he's just rubbish.
Yes,
it's not like that. That's the coaching. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because also they spent a lot of money.
On Maguire. Spent a lot. Man City, maybe.
But that's about the recruitment, isn't it? That's about the decision makers.
Yeah,
that's about the decision makers. Because I thought Maguire was a good player, but he's not. He's really not because
he's not at all.
Gets it all wrong. But then you look. I thought De Gea was abysmal. Dalot, like unbelievable. Scott McTominay can never play for the club again.
He's awful.
Scott McTominay's gone. You know how I used to go about Timo Werner? I was like, I don't care who else plays.
He's that now.
Yeah.
Scott McTominay's that.
Start with 10.
Yeah.
Start
with
10
I know people like to, and this is the issue, is they do the McFred thing.
Yeah.
Fred's better than McTominay, and I think Fred's not being
Fred
helped
was
by
appalling
McTominay.
though. Fred, I know you like Fred, but he was appalling.
He wasn't great, was he?
No.
Who was great?
There was just, you know, those sort of very uninspiring Fred and Scott McTominay playing square passes in midfield to one another. It's just dispiriting.
Do you hear what Gary Neville said after? He said he thinks they're giving 100%. So he no, but he's saying it as though.
No, I think they are giving 100%.
He said this is their level.
That's who they are.
This is who they are. Like Maguire, as much as look, we can't keep talking about Maguire making a mistake every week without realising this is just Maguire. Do you know what I mean? We do the same thing with Tyrone Mings, right?
Yeah.
Like Mings, and you missed another one that we've gone back and forth with. And I've kind of,
Yeah, you've always backed
I've
Mings.
nilled to you though. I've said, you know what? You're right now. Maguire makes the same mistakes Mings does.
Yeah, and I've nilled to you.
I've nilled
to you.
No,
I have.
They are.
I got Maguire so wrong, so wrong. But do you know now what has to happen? I saw when I was watching the game, we did it on the kickoff. I'm watching the game. The camera kept panning to Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
So Gareth Southgate has watched Maguire and he's watched Luke Shaw. Like Luke Shaw's at fault for both goals.
Yeah.
Like he's been asleep for both goals.
Let's see what he does.
Yeah.
He's not going to be brave enough to drop them. You know what? The World Cup's too close.
Does he
far
not
too close.
have to drop them? Like the fact that their below par contributions are now just their par contributions.
The problem I think he has with the Maguire thing is when Maguire and Stones play together, it actually looks like a decent pairing for England. It does. And as much as I know you like Gahey, obviously I know you like Fikayo Tomori. I don't know they've jumped out the page to say, okay, you have to replace Maguire for England. I don't think they've done enough.
Yeah, I just can't believe how bad it's gone. By the way,
you know how bad it's gone. Sorry to cut across you, because they're now desperate for players. I mean, for you to make a £9 million bid for Arnautovic, who's 33, playing in for I think Bologna.
Marko Arnautovic isn't the answer to Manchester United's problems when he's 27 in his pomp.
But you know,
he's definitely not the answer now.
No, but they've done it all the time. They've done it with Igalo when they were desperate, Cavani. And I know you might say these players are better, but they've always gone for these guys that are 34, 35, like a quick fix.
It's normalising mediocrity. I wonder if there's no intention of signing somebody like Arnautovic, but you're linked with him to just show your fans, this is who we are now. Like, we don't want to sign on Arnautovic. They can't. They genuinely can't.
Think about who United are then, if we're saying it. Look, I think Eriksen's a good player. Good. I think people have gone overboard because he played well for Brentford. But I think Eriksen's a good player regardless. So Eriksen's come to the club. Martinez, and a lot of United fans, be brutally honest, and not a lot of you knew who Lisandro Martinez was before he came. And the links with players like Arnautovic. This is the United when I was growing up, took your best player. Unless they play for Liverpool because of their relationship. If they played for anyone else, they're taking your player. Whether it be Tottenham, whether it be Arsenal, they're taking your player and there's nothing you can do about it. Berbatov, get here. Carrick, get here. Alexis Sanchez, get here. Van Persie, get here. And now we're talking about Eriksen from Brentford and Arnautovic from, I think it is Bologna.
It's Bologna. Yeah, it's
I know he scored 14 goals, whatever, but What?
No, it doesn't matter because that's not the quality of player that they should be chasing. And if the answer is Arnautovic, you're asking the wrong question with regard to Manchester United.
Well, no,
Arnautovic is never the answer.
But
to
I
that
think
club.
we're asking the wrong questions because we and look, me and you are very guilty of this. We still have United of 10 years in our brain. Of 10 years ago, that team from the early 90s up until the mid 2000s, we've still got that team in our brain of a team that should be dominant and the biggest team in world football. They might still well be that financially, but they're just not that team anymore.
So you know how the fans they were booed off, half-heartedly booed off at half-time, and they got quite a big
bit
jeer.
harsh, do you think?
Well,
do you think that booing off was a bit harsh?
It's harsh if they're underperforming.
Yeah.
It's not. It's harsh if they're performing at their level. Because if that's who they are, like you're saying, we need to redefine who they are.
Gary Neville said. I'm just repeating what Gary Neville said. He
He
says that's what they are. They're all given. He said they are all given 100%. Let's not forget what Jose Mourinho said. This is a man that's won everything in football, right? The special one. He said coming second with that United squad, and a lot of the players are still there, was his best footballing achievement. Obviously, a bit of hyperbole from Mourinho.
Yeah, Mourinho's saying what he wants people to.
Yeah. But now people are looking at it like, geez, maybe.
I mean, it was an achievement in terms of the future. They play Brentford next away from home. Mm-hmm. Are we now 2 games, 90 minutes into a season? Are we talking must win? Because they then play Liverpool. Is it now a must win for Manchester United? Well, I suppose it depends on what the. I'm answering my own question here, but it's a must win depending on what their objective is.
What's the objective?
Well, I thought the objective was top 4.
It can't be. No chance.
No,
top 6. Objective has
Can we redo our predictions this early? Are we allowed to do that?
I think we might, after one game, might have to.
I mean, it's certainly. If you were to change one thing from any prediction you've made this season, any prediction at all, what would you change?
I might change Everton going down, actually.
Yeah.
I thought Everton looked all right.
Yes.
I think Iwobi in that kind of defensive midfielder role was pretty busy everywhere.
Particularly, you know what, when I was watching Iwobi in particular, but Doucouré, I know he made a massive error for the goal.
Still, though.
Just lively midfielders. Give me that over Jorginho any day.
Tony Bellew was going crazy.
You watching it together?
We were watching it together just before the boxing. And he was going crazy. But you know what? That showed that he was going crazy because he thought there was a chance there.
Yeah.
And he was like, after the first 20 minutes, he was like...
And they had a defensive crisis.
Yeah,
good signing today. You seen they signed Conor Cody?
What a strange one, by the way. Like this is
he's a Liverpool boy.
I know we're moving away from Man United.
Right.
But that surprised me because what's going on with Wolves?
Defensive crisis.
Wolves are going all over the place, by the way.
I know, it's weird.
I might have to change my opinion on them.
It's weird, but to focus on Manchester United in terms of where they go from here.
Do you mind if I pour myself another one?
No, enjoy, man.
Pour myself another one, please.
Have yourself another Kubarkan. In fact, while you're at it, you can give
me
a little top up.
Are you sure?
Give me a little top up, yeah.
All right, son.
I quite like the whisper of the vanilla, by the way. I'm up for it. Give me another.
A little bit of vanilla extract.
Give me another little bit of vanilla extract. Thank you very much. Yeah, the old splash of the unusual. It really does work. Thank you very much.
I'm thinking this could be a regular thing, you know.
Yeah. If anybody's going to do this, if anybody wants to create their own signature summer, let us know. Get us on Instagram or Twitter. Let us know. What are you doing with your Kubarkan? We've gone for lime, ice, and vanilla extract. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, brother.
Oh, it's beautiful. So, in terms of moving forward, Manchester United.
Yeah.
Brentford. Do they beat Brentford?
I thought Brentford looked all right against Leicester.
Oh, no.
I thought it looked all right against Leicester, I'll be honest with you.
But Manchester United can't lose to Brighton and Brentford first 2 games of the season. They can't.
I think they get a draw. I think they get a point. Where is it? At the Community Stadium? A point. So I can.
And then it's Liverpool.
And then obviously nothing.
So it's 1 point out of 9.
It's 1 point out of 9.
They need to beat Brentford. With the context.
They need to beat Brentford.
They didn't need to beat Brentford if we thought they could win their 3rd game, but obviously they can't. Yeah. They didn't need to.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there. Be careful.
No.
Don't jinx that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Do you know what?
Don't you dare.
I'm going to be quite honest here. I'm going to be really honest.
Don't you dare do that.
I'll be really annoyed if Liverpool, like, you know, when Manchester United are down,
you got to kick them. Like, really hammer them
Make
down.
it count.
Yeah, like literally.
Like,
when Liverpool went to Old Trafford and put 5, do that.
Yeah,
like really.
6. 6. Do more. Yeah, don't give them a hand. Help them. Don't help them.
All right, question for you.
Go on.
Does Ronaldo start the next game? Start. Yes. Absolutely in it. It's weird how every 10 seconds They're going to him on the bench.
But he is a problem. He is a distraction.
Massive
Do you know when they conceded their first goal? Do you know what the cameras did immediately?
What, Ferguson on him?
Straight to Ronaldo.
Wow.
So a goal has been scored at Old Trafford by Gross. In terms of what I think the cameras should be doing, focus on the celebrations.
Yep.
Focus on maybe Maguire,
Whoever
maybe
Shaw
Maguire.
Yeah.
Obviously, Manchester United fans. I love to see the fans going mad.
So you got 3 already.
And the Brighton fans. I love to watch the celebration.
So you got 4. So you got goal scorer, Maguire, Shaw, United fans, Brighton fans. You got 5
plus 2 managers.
Plus 2, 7.
And do you know what they went straight to?
Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo, who performatively
he knew the
got
cameras
annoyed.
Yeah. So
it's a distraction.
Number 8 on your list.
And that's what the camera went straight
Normally they go to Fergie.
Yeah.
So even Fergie normally. Yeah.
I don't particularly want Fergie's either.
Stuff.
I don't particularly want Fergie's reaction, but I don't want Ronaldo's. I want the fans, the players involved. If I'm prioritising, I probably want Maguire.
You got to have Maguire.
If I was a director in the gallery, I'd be going,
get Maguire now.
Maguire's face. Zoom in on Maguire's face.
Zoom in on his face right now.
Zoom.
And De Gea giving a look to Maguire.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
I just can't believe it. It's actually crisis-like. Not necessarily for Ten Hag, but for a club. For the club. The club.
Are we not exaggerating? First game of the season.
No, the club are in crisis.
First game of the season.
No, but the club have been in crisis for longer.
8 seasons now, 8 years, yeah. When did Fergie leave?
He left 13, didn't he?
2013, yeah. Oh, was it that? Wow, wasn't it? So 9 years. Either. 13, 14, 9 years. And they've been in trouble since.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that they are in trouble.
Remember and you said Ten Hag was unsackable.
He's unsackable.
All right, I'm not jumping to conclusions here. I'm not Rory.
No.
I'm not doing a Rory, by the way.
He is unsackable.
He's unsackable.
They can't be seen to sack him. It would actually make a total mockery of the appointment. You can't bring someone in who has a very particular philosophy, a very particular ideology of how the game should be played. He has to educate his players to play this particular system. It's going to take time. The personnel that you provided him with, he gets a season. I think that everybody gets a season. I think Frank Lampard needs a full season at Everton. I think Steven Gerrard needs a full season at Villa. I think I'm not saying they're all going to get it, by the way.
We might have to do a whole video review then of the Premier League because there are some interesting points. Because I think me and you both said Gerrard can't go Bournemouth and lose.
No, I did say that.
You did say. Remember, you said it. And what did he do? The Bournemouth and lost.
But Addy,
you're enjoying that drink a bit too much.
What I was going to say is, whether my feelings on it isn't the way that it will be. I don't think that you can sack. I don't think that you should sack Lampard, Gerrard, Ten Hag for very similar reasons.
Okay, are you saying for you, or are you trying to say the clubs?
I don't think the club should do it.
Okay,
whether they will do it, it's a very different thing.
Bear in mind, and we know this fact: 6 managers got sacked before December.
They can't sack Ten Hag. It would be totally.
I think so. I think it'd be ridiculous.
Self-harming.
What if? You lose to Brentford, you get smacked by Liverpool. How much is the pressure on him then?
The only line where I would say sack him, and this obviously doesn't happen, but the only time that I will even have a conversation about sacking Ten Hag is if they need to sack him in order to stay in the league.
What? Okay,
to stay in the league. So say they're 15th and they're potentially going down.
I'll give you another one. You from the very beginning knew that Ralph Rangnick was crap.
Yes.
You said it from the very beginning.
Yes.
After a couple of games, you're like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
What if you get that feeling about Ten Hag early? What if this is just a level above what he's capable of?
You still can't sack him because they believe.
I agree.
You can't.
I agree.
The only way you can, and there is one way that you can, to stay in the Premier League. Pretend that Manchester United, pretend they lose.
Dude, imagine that.
Say they're 15th. No, but do you remember Chelsea was 16th?
Yeah.
These teams don't go down. There was a time when Arsenal were.
Remember Arsenal?
There was a time when Arsenal were. Chelsea was 16th under Mourinho, and we sacked him.
Everton. We've seen it. Big clubs.
If Manchester United are genuinely...
No, it'll never happen.
No, but say...
Not in my lifetime.
Say we're in... No, they won't go down because they'll react.
Say we're in February.
But the only time
United are 13th in February.
The only time I will accept even talking about Ten Hag losing his job is if they have to keep him... to keep themselves in the league, and therefore they have to react.
Wow.
But that's it. But this has been fun.
Wait, 1 sec. Just before we go, 2 weeks before the window shuts, or thereabouts, do United panic buy someone big? Do they just go big because they've got to? I think they've made a deal for a Juventus midfielder. Is it Rabiot?
Rabiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they probably need to react more than they are. I think they need somebody up front because this Cristiano Ronaldo thing isn't tenable.
How desperate are we talking here up front? Like they've gone Arnautovic, yeah. I mean, this is crazy. I'm even talking about this. Could they say at 35 million, Ivan Toney? Are they that desperate? Are we talking that desperate? Callum Wilson.
That's a way better signing.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Way better signing.
Like, are we talking they're that desperate?
Yes.
Wow.
But that would make sense. You know, if the headline today was Manchester United bid 35 million for Callum Wilson, that makes sense.
It's not good enough for United.
He's better than anything they got.
Better than Rashford.
Yeah, better than Rashford.
Is he better than Rashford?
Better.
Is Callum Wilson better than Marcus Rashford?
Right,
Okay, go on. Is Ivan Toney better than Marcus Rashford?
Yes.
Is Ollie Watkins...
That's a very specific
Ollie
job.
Watkins... I'm looking at the camera. Is Ollie Watkins better than Marcus Rashford?
Different, aren't they? But maybe. But maybe. Let Nathaniel Lights out, the villain. The Aston Villa fans loving that.
Aston Villa fans
loving it. This has been amazing. Thank you so much, Addy. Cheers,
my man.
What a lovely video. Beautiful to have the league back. And we must say a huge thank you to the wonderful people at Kubarkan who have sponsored this video. It's an honour to work with you. Thank you so much, and cheers to everybody. Okay.
All right.